Welcome to the 20th episode of Lalitha Sahasranam Stotra, the ultimate cosmic energy source within the body, awakening of the ultimate cosmic source through the training of faculties and the unification of the forces in the body. The next nama is Ratna Kinkini Karamya Rasanadama Bhushita. So this nama is giving rise to the meaning of the ambassadors of the Universal Mother. Their waist represents as if they are wearing a waistband filled with precious stones. And so again, this is not an external decorative item, and perhaps based on this and the other writings in the scriptures that the waistband came into existence, but however, it is not an external decorative item. It is related to the internal dynamics. Ratna in Nama Ratna Grave Chinta Kalolamukta Phalanvita. The effects of Ratna, that is precious stones, the muchas are the pearls, and then the chintak are discussed in terms of the three gunas, sattva, raja, tamo guna, and the three types of beings, uttamas, madhyamas, adhamas, Rakshasamsa, Daivamsa, and Sakshi Buddhamsa. Okay, so in that context, the Ratna was, or the precious stones, are being mapped to the Daivamsa, or the divine characteristics. And those who see the world in duality. Okay, so in that so Ratna Kinkini Karamya Rasanadama Bhushita, again Ratna has re-entered. So what is the need for reintroduction of Daivamsa in this nama? In this nama, there are two effects. One is this, the reintroduction of the divine effect, and the effect of the Swadhishstana Chakra also being highlighted, because the waist is close to the Swadhishstana Chakra. So what is the need for the reintroduction of the divine characteristics here? So whenever there's the reintroduction of the divinity, it means the dharma chakra there's an imbalance in the dharma chakra, because dharma chakra means balance of positive forces and negative forces. Positive forces refers to divinity, negative forces refers to demonic activity. So whenever there is a need for excess additional divine forces, that means the dharma chakra is skewed, it's gone out of balance. So there is a need for additional divine forces. So that's what it means. It's not an external item or decorative item. So here Ratna is referring to the divine characteristics, nurturing of divine characteristics. Because in the previous namas, the Stanabhardhana Madhya Pattavadha Valitraya, and then the previous to that, Laksharoma Ratadhara Samunne Vajjava. So the whole body is trained to give unconditional nourishment through the potency is being concentrated in the breasts, and the waist is bent to an extent to support the heaviness of the breasts and etc. etc. So the nourishment is the top priority for unconditional nourishment is top priority for the ambassadors of the Universal Mother. So Ratna Kinkini Karamya Rasanadama Bhushita, through that, the reintroduction of the divine forces, the need for the divine forces has been highlighted, which means the demonic activities is increasing. There's an increment in that, so that's what it means. And usually it is a demonic activity that skews the dharma chakra or causes the imbalance to the dharma chakra. So, and hence there is always kind of bias towards the divine elements. It's not that wantedly there is a bias towards the divine characteristics by Universal Mother. She never advocates or follows such things. It is just that the imbalance caused in the dharma chakra is skewed by the negative energy or the demonic activity or destructive activity, and there is a need for constructive activity or divine elements. And hence Ratna Graive Chinta Kalola Mukta Phalanvita. And so another aspect to this is that so it is exactly coinciding with Swadhishstana Chakra, and so Nijarana Prabha Pura Madhyad Brahmana Mandala, so all chakras are being reset by the rising sun brightness. And from this nama, Ratnagraiva Chintakalamakta Phalanvita, the Swadhishstana chakra is trying to acquire its true colors. The true color of Swadhishstana is a kind of a diluted sunrise color mixed, towards the orange fruit color. Okay, so that's also close to the golden color, and hence Ratna Graive Chinta Kalola Mukta Phala, and hence Ratna Kinkini Karamya Rasanadama Bhushita. So again, this nama indicative of the contentment and the satisfaction by the representatives of the Universal Mother for re-establishing the Dharma Chakra. Okay, so that is being represented, that is being reflected in the Swadhishstana Chakra through Ratna Kinkini Karamya Rasanadama Bhushita. So in this nama, the brightness, the radiance effect are being highlighted. So this nama imparts training to the faculty of personality. So the next nama is Kamesa Gnata Saubhagya Madhavuru Dvayanvita. Kamesa Gnata Saubhagya Madhavuru Dvayanvita. So this is again a beautiful nama with a lot of insightful meanings. So what it means, Kamesa, we have already discussed who is Kamesa. He is the consort of the Universal Mother. So those representatives of Universal Mother, the male form of representatives of the Universal Mother who got saturated with the taste of Kameshvara characteristics within them, so they seek alliance with the feminine representatives of the Universal Mother. So in this nama, the alliance of these two opposite sexes is highlighted in such a way that the thighs of the female representatives, ambassadors of the Universal Mother are only known to the males who are representatives or ambassadors of Kameshvara. So essentially it means Kameshvara, the Universal Mother, thighs are only known to the Kameshvara, well known to the Kameshvara. The smoothness of the thighs are only known to the Kameshvara. So what does it mean? What is the need for the thighs? Reintroduction of the thighs here. So thighs thighs are the place where the flow of Kundalini energy is the weakest. It is minimum there. So thighs are the parts where Kundalini flow is weak, is at its minimum, and there are a lot of proofs. A lot of proofs in our scriptures, in our activities to illustrate this point. So, for example, in musical concerts, in classical musical concerts, so we see that people performing thala while singing kirtanas, and this thala is basically the hand movement in contact with the thigh region. So how did this thala thing came into existence? What is its significance? So what is happening is the kirtana itself is we have discussed in Suddha Vidyam Kurakara Dvijapangti Dvayojvala. In Takachapi, in that nama, we have discussed the introduction of 144,000 characteristics of the musical harmony. Nijasalla Madhurya Vinibhasi Takachapi, in that nama. we have discussed 144,000 characteristics. So all the nadis responding to the musical consort given by the ambassadors of the Universal Mother. So it is a complete expression of the Kundalini energy in all its forms, on its facets. So in that the whole body is contributing to the concert. So in this, while this is happening, the thighs are the lowest, are the minimum contributors, because the flow is the minimum in the thighs. So in order to bring about a balance in the body, balance of the forces, balance of the Kundalini energy in the body, the hand, so fingertips is where it goes maximum. Wherever there is a sharp edges, the Kundalini flow is the fastest and intense. So that the hand movement, it comes in contact with the thigh region in the form of thala, so that if there is any imbalances in the distribution of the Kundalini energy in the body, it gets balanced. So that is why this thala practice has come into existence. Of course, nowadays it is just a mechanical activity rather than any Kundalini activity. Nevertheless, I think it gives a good feeling to the viewers as well as those who practice it. So therefore, the thigh region is the weakest. It's a weak link in terms of the energy flow, and it is for the same reason in Ramayana during Sita Apaharana time, Ravana has cleverly followed the same technique, because Sita was carrying unbelievable Kundalini energy. So if he touches her, he will be subjected to an electric shock. So Vamena Sitam Padmakshim Murdajeshu Karena Sa Urdhvostu Dakshane Naiva Parijagraha Panina. So what he does with his right hand, he has got hold of the thigh region of the Sita, and the left hand her hair, and then he has lifted her and taken her off. So that way he will not be subjected to electric shock, because the thigh region is, as been pointed out, is the weak link. So there is an insulator. It acts like insulator. Similarly, the famous Ramanarayana Swayambhu place in India, Bhadrachalam, there is a unique sloka that represents this Bhadrachalam. Vamangasthita Janaki Parilasat Kodanna Dannam Kare Chakram Chodvakare Bahuyugale Sankham Saram Dakshine Bibrana Jalajata Patranainam Bhadradri Murti Sthitam Keyuradi Vibhushitam Raghupatim Saumitri Yuktam Bhaje Saumitri Yuktam Bhaje Saumitri Yuktam Bhaje Bhajeham. So in this nama, in this sloka, so on the left thigh of Rama, Sita is being seated, and So on the left side, he's holding the Kodanda, and the Chakram, Sankham, and the arrow on the right side, and his eyes are like completely, he's like wet and dry. Sometimes it's wet, sometimes it's dry. And he's having ornaments, and along with Lakshmana, he's been seated. So that's since he is having Sankha Chakram, and he's been seated with Sita, is known as Ramanarayana. Is known as Rama because he's having Kodanda and Lakshmana, Narayana because he's having Sankha and Chakra. So hence Ramanarayana. So in this sloka, she is seated on the Rama's thigh, and Rama's mind itself is Kodanda, and the Sapta Kundalini, the 7 Kundalini chakras are the Chakram, and both are Sita, and the chakras are on the left side. So Sita's Mooladhara is in contact with Rama's thigh, and hence Sita is giving the Kundalini nourishment to Rama through her Mooladhara. And his eyes are like ever fresh lotus flowers, and that indicates he's getting good nourishment, Kundalini nourishment. But there is a catch in this sloka that there is a reversal of Sankha and Chakra. So on the left side is Chakram, and the right side is Sankham. So it should be reversed. So what is this reason for the reverse? Although it's nothing to do with this Kamesagna Saubhagyam Ardha Dvayanvita, or partly to do with it. But since we are discussing about this the significance of the thigh, so let us complete this. So what is the reason for the reversal of this Sankha and Chakra here? So it's a violation of the Vishnu Tattva. So is there any violation that happened? Actually, there is no violation that happened. So we have to correlate this, or transform this phenomena into a simpler description. So let us assume, let's say there is a speeding car going on the road, highway, and since it's a speeding car, it's going very fast, so it has overshot the destination. So after overshooting the destination, the driver realizes that he has surpassed the destination, so takes a U-turn. So before overshooting the destination, his left and right, now after taking the U-turn, are reversed. So it's as simple as that. So after making a U-turn, his left and right are being reversed compared to what it was prior to the U-turn. The same thing happened to Rama. During his entire existence, for 11,000 years, he was performing Dakshinachara. He only chose Dakshinachara, and then he closed his avatara. He terminated his avatara. And then Bhadra Maharshi recalled him in Kali Yuga to come back. So just like the speeding car, he has vanished, and then he had to make a U-turn now. And then he called him back in the form of a Vishnu, not as form of a Rama. So he returned back as Ramanarayana, more than what Bhadra Maharshi asked. And since he came back, he took a U-turn, so his Shankha and Chakra got reversed. It is as simple as that. So hence, it is very clear that although during his existence he performed Dakshinachara, now he has to make a U-turn to satisfy the Bhadra Maharshi. So that means his Shankha and Chakra are reversed. Hence, he returned back in Vamachara, because he has taken a U-turn. So Dakshinachara, U-turn means Vamachara. So the Murti in Bhadrachalam, Vamankasta Janaki Parilasat, Kodanda Dannam Kare. It starts with Vamankastita. So it's clearly indicative that he came into existence in that the deity in Bhadrachalam is representing Vamachara. Okay. So this is a very unique place in the whole country. I think there is no equivalent to this place, and that's why we worship him. Bhadradri Ramachandrasya Ayurarogyam Bhadradri Ramachandrasya Krupaya Matruvatsare Ayurarogyam Aiswaryam Kirti Sri Rastu Vatsada. So let us pray that all the subscribers will get the blessings of Ramanarayana from Bhadrachalam. So Kamesagna Saubhagyam Ardhavo Dvayanvita, indicative of balancing of the Kundalini forces between the ambassadors of Universal Mother and Universal Father through getting to know the thigh region, and so to remove the bottlenecks or the weak links in the thigh region, to facilitate a smooth flow of Kundalini energy. So this is a preparation that is happening between Kameshwara, the Universal Mother, and her consort Kameshwara. So that's what this Nama refers to. Kamesagnata Saubhagyam Adhavoru Dvayanvita. So again, it's an upliftment of the personality, or the personality getting satisfied or reaching towards saturation level. So this Nama is imparting training to the faculty of personality. So the remaining Namas we will see in the next episode. Thank you very much.